The storm was only the beginning. After the levees broke and the flood waters rose, survivors were left in a nightmare of chaos and neglect. In this chapter, we hear from Jihad, a Katrina survivor who not only fought to stay alive, but carried the heavy burden of watching others suffer. This is part 2 of Jihad's Hurricane Katrina story.
So me, my mama, my stepdad, and my little brother, we coming on a truck, like a 53-inch, something like that, long trip. And it's 50 plus people to 100. So we had people damn near sit on people's laps. In fact, we get in front of the convention center. Convention center is big, it's long. I would say about 50 plus thousand of people, and they didn't convention center. Pigs everywhere, it was crazy. So we got dropped off between like G and H Hall, but that's how the convention center separated. So we all get off. But this time, I'm exhausted. My stepdad, my little brother, everybody else seemed exhausted. At the time, I'm running off no sleep. I'm really pretty much delirious, but I'm straight survival mode. So we all get on the treadmill. We looking around. We really don't know where to go at this point. Like, we really expect it to be like this. And you got people at the Superdome, which is not too far from the convention center. Convention center and the Superdome is considered the uptown, a ways away from where we lived at. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, we was living in the East when this happened. You see what I mean? So uptown, they got the business too, or the hurricane, but convention center Superdome at the time was good. But we got all this people out here. They make the structure of the building look crazy. So anyway, we don't know where to go. So we like, damn. So me, my mama, my stepdad, and my little brother, we start walking, you know what I'm saying, like pretty much going towards like the river walking to like Nail Street. I don't know why we were walking that way, but we did. So Tyrone was with us as well. As we walking, I'm exhausted. So I never forget. I walked probably a half a block, and I caught the first corner, close to the corner, and I took the bag that I had with all my clothes that I grabbed and, other stuff like that. I'm so smart at this time. Like, I had my birth certificate, I had my social security card, my ID. I had all that in there, all type of personal stuff. So that bag it means a lot to me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm 18 at this time. So I was so exhausted, I just dropped the bag because I popped 2 Tylenol PMs. I needed some sleep. I ain't sleep like 3 days. So my mom and them, they walking, and I just told them, I said, man, I need some sleep. I just slept pretty much on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's thousands of people out there. I ain't give a f. I just laid up there and, hey, I was tired. At some point, I woke up. Now I'm rejuvenated. I don't know how long I slept. I don't even remember. It was still daylight, so I really don't know what time it was, but it was still daylight. It was like pretty much I never went to sleep. Because when I woke up, I seen the same shit. So I pop up. At this point, I don't know where my mom at. I don't know where my little brother at. I don't know where nobody at this point. So I'm steady walking. Like I said, the convention center alone. They go all the way to the bridge. That's part of uptown, for sure. I can't remember the street. But the convention center is definitely uptown, like Superdome. So they run long. So you got all these people out here. I'm talking about they everywhere. Everywhere. Keep stepping on people, it's crazy, man. Some people just laying there, dead. People just walking over people. It was like 100,000 cattle just in one pit. I don't know, it was just crazy, right? So I'm searching through all these people. I'm steady looking everywhere I could for my mama. So at this point, I'm panicking. I'm like, damn. And I'm regretting that I went to sleep at this point. So I'm standing looking for him. I don't know how long it took me. It took me a while, I know that. But I can't really put a time on it, right? So I'm coming from where I was coming from. I'm just walking a whole length of the convention center and everything in between, right? They can be anywhere, but I know my mama, my little brother, they're going to find somewhere where it's not crowded or a safe place, even with all these people around. But you got all these people, and I'm looking. Because my stepdad was a big dude. You feel me? He was like 6'2", 300-something pounds. He was a big dude. So I can't miss him. I know what he looked like. My mom, she's small. She's like 5'2", 5'3". So I'm really got to look through shit. My little brother, he was a kid. So it's a bunch of kids out here at this point. We got dropped off at Origin between like G and H Hall of the convention center. You feel me? I seen them sitting kind of like on the sidewalk. So I run into them. They was looking for me. They didn't know where I was. So we stood right where we came at, right? So they had some other people around us. We kind of made a bond with each other. This is where we sleeping at. This is on a Wednesday, right? Hurricane hit on a Monday. So this on a Wednesday. This the first day we got there. So we all, you know what I'm saying, trying to stick together. At some point, I broke off. I go with Tyrone. Me and Tyrone linked up again, right? We mobbing through. We trying to go get something to smoke. So we doing this, doing that. I was doing for a while, but I knew where my people was, so I wasn't really tripping. At this point, we can walk to the Riverwalk, meaning to like Canal Street, you know, Bourbon Street wasn't too far, or 30 miles to up. So we smoke, we do all this for all that, right? So me and Tyrone, we break off again, right? At this point, I probably want to run into him again, because I don't know where his mama was set up at. I don't know where he was, whatever. So I'm mobbing back to where my mama was at, right? It get dark at this point. As it get dark, everybody's trying to really just chill. Some of us, it was the first night there. Some of them was the second night. So, of course, everybody like that, you know, people coming to get us. So I get back to my mom and them, right? We chilling. So me and my stepdad, we used to take turns going to sleep to stay up and watch my mom and my little brother while they sleep. We used to take turns. We would rotate back and forth. We was all exhausted still. Sleep was, we needed that. I could have slept for damn near a week how exhausted we was. So we used to do that off and on, right? We sleeping on concrete. We ain't got no blankets. We ain't got no pillows. We ain't got none of that. We straight rolling it out on the concrete. Whatever bag you got, whatever you took with you from the crib, if you could, that's what you had. Some people did, some people didn't. And it's pretty much summertime, right? You see, most of that shit was underwater. Well, we was on high ground. Which is funny, but that's a whole nother story. But we on high ground, that's why they took us to the convention center and took people to the Superdome. Right? So we bareback, straight on the raw on the concrete, straight rawed out. Most of everybody, right? There's times when my mama, she had to go to the bathroom doing that. Of course, me, my stepdad, my little brother, we can't do what we gonna do, leave him. But really, the people that was around us that we built a relationship with, when my mama had to go to the bathroom, we'd leave my little brother with them. They'll watch over because they had kids too. So me and my stepdad would take my mama to the bathroom, which was in the convention center. It was very dangerous. I'm gonna tell you that. It was very dangerous. Very dangerous. So we used to bring her to the bathroom. Literally watch her. Keep it real with you. It was hardly no fish. But smart than my mama was, she used to keep stuff like that in her purse. She had that purse book. So she was straight on that. We were seeing women straight doing whatever got to do in the wide open. No tissue, no nothing. You ain't had that. So that's why me and him had to go with her to the bathroom. You hear me? Because you seen dudes, it was wild. It was wild. It was crazy, right? So me and my stepdad trying to get up out of there. Pretty much like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, you hear me? We go back. Man, I ain't go inside the building, take me a piss or whatever. We meant. You know what I'm saying? We come back from taking her to the bathroom. We go back to where we was on the sidewalk in like Jihad or whatever, on the convention center. So there's a bunch of people, whatever. It's on a Wednesday night. So I linked up with my partner Joe, right? He the one that was on the trail with us. He stayed in the apartment that we was living at too. So we go in the convention center, we get to like the second floor. So I'm walking down like a corridor, hallway, or whatever you want to call it. And he ahead of me at this point. So I tripped. Wow, stop. So I turned around, like I said, he ahead. So I turned around and kind of like kicked it with my foot, and it just felt awkward, you hear me? So I'm like, I'm scared to really trying to check what it is. Like, I'm really not trying to do that. But when I did, it was a pillowcase, you feel me? And I pulled it back. They did me there, right? I'm shook. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm numb to it. So I'm like, what the? So he stopped and like, man, what you doing, you heard? I said, dog, man, you see it? No lie. We was so traumatized. We both was like, say, bro, man, that's crazy. Shit, we gotta keep going. And I jumped up and we kept walking, and so we get to the top of the convention center. We at the top of the roof looking at everybody down there. So we realized, bro, there's a lot of people. A lot of people. So we goes back down. We coming through, coming back the way we came. As we coming through, we seen, people sleeping and, what I'm saying, the same shit we seen really, nothing crazy. So we get back to outside. We break off. He go back by his people. He told me where he was located. Like, shit, we over here. So I go back with my people now, right? So, like I said, this point it's dark now. It's dark now. So, finally, I guess I went to sleep or whatever. I don't remember nothing after that. So Thursday comes, Thursday morning. Oh, we up. Like I said, it's September, early September now. You know what I'm saying? We cooking out there. It's 90, 95, 100. We baking out there, right? At this point, we were seeing helicopters. We seen helicopters flying. So of course, everybody like waving their hands. Hey, who like they can fucking yes. We waving our hand, everybody. So we seen them flying. Oh, we got help. Oh yeah, it's crazy. So we start seeing buses come. Greyhound buses. Bam, they were lining up on the interstate. You hear me? We see that whole. Oh man. The way I'm thinking, I guess, I can't speak for everybody else before the accident. Everybody was like, it's help. Man, it's dead bodies laying around. You feel me? I know, these old people ain't getting no medicine. They out of there. They was in wheelchairs. So all this going on. You feel me? We seen dead bodies and people slumped over and it was crazy. So, boom, the buses lined up. Another helicopter came, or whatever, with a loudspeaker or some shit, and they was telling us to clean up. So we could bring the buses down to clean up. telling us to clean up. Huh? clean up. So of course, people were trying to get the trash up, and it's just impossible, bro. People trying to do that, bro. No lie. So they kept telling us lies about do this, do this. This is what they were doing to us, right? This is what they were doing to us. They were telling us lies. But they'll show the buses, show the helicopters, or where the help is at. So they told us that we need to clean up, this and that. So that's when people just went crazy. So boom, this is like Thursday morning, something like that. People start going crazy, right? So this little dude I remember, he was like 16, 15. You hear me? He took a school bus. One. It had gas in it and everything. He really yelled loud as he can. He said, anybody want to get out here, you heard me? Man, get on the school bus, dog. We going to Texas. Go loud. A lot of people mobbed on that. We didn't get, I'm going to get on that. I don't know what's going to happen. So this man get everybody on that bus. You can tell you how many people had a school bus Friday on a whole 30 people. It was probably more than that from what I was looking at. But anyway, they got on the bus, they got out. So by the time they got out, you seen dudes like taking cars and speeding through the street and just wrecking cars on purpose. Like it was crazy. Like no lie, right? You got dudes over here, you know what I'm saying, trying to sell water. They trying to sell water to people. They trying to sell whatever food they had, they trying to sell it. Like, of course, money at this time was irrelevant. It was irrelevant, right? So she was getting hectic. So the buses left that was lined up on the bridge, they left. So I seen two of my partners. They from Uptown. They from the project, the mill. So I seen them, but at this time I didn't really link up with them since I've been at the convention center. You feel me? I just seen them and shit. So I'm walking and shit, right? I don't know where I was going, but I was going somewhere. So I go in the alleyway. You hear me? I'm coming through a cut, whatever like that. Like a street over from the convention center or whatever. And I'm not the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Two dudes raping this female. He was like pretty much screaming, stop. I just looked really, and I just kept walking. In my mind, I'm thinking, what the? I just kept walking though. And I know that girl needed help. My mind messed up right now. I can't think. I can barely think for myself at this time. I'm in survival mode. So I'm walking towards the other way, all right? So as I'm walking down, look. Two of my partners, they the two that did it. They the two that did it. I said, what the? So I'm seeing them run. Those old girl ran her way. I seen these two, they hold up. I get back to close to where my people them at. So they run back towards the interstate, under the bridge type, right? So I'm like, man, what the? So I go tell my people, I said, man, that's why I run it down to them. So I guess she went and told law enforcement, whatever. They wasn't active. Law enforcement wasn't active at all. So however she phoned them or whatever, they came because they caught them boys under the bridge. I remember that. Now, they didn't get arrested or nothing, but she reported that. I've seen it. Now you say, damn, why you ain't say nothing, bro? I'm in survival mode, bro. What? After the police with the shit they were doing, I don't know, man. I can't explain that. That's just what it was. I didn't know that was my two partners. So, to me, I looked at them different at this point. But my mind's something going right now. I just can't really, I ain't trying to understand that right now. You feel me? So that's when the helicopters came back, A lot of people were saying, oh man, that's George Bush up there in a helicopter, and George Bush didn't come. But it was crazy how the helicopter was coming back like that. People had to read that George Bush was in one of them helicopters, which they said he was. It's Thursday. It's hot. We hungry. Some of us haven't took a bath. Where you gonna take it at? Tension was rising. So I guess things didn't play out the way they wanted to. Like I said, chaos was going on in the midst of all of this stuff, right? So they called martial law. Military start showing up. This when they get ugly. So they start showing up. Of course, everybody mad. We think they come to help us. Nah, they ain't come to help us. They gave us some bullshit MREs, or whatever the hell you call that, and some water. Other than that, they was on demon time to be. So they pull up, they get on their loudspeakers, say the things they were saying, I don't remember. I know he said, yeah, this is martial law, and you likely to be killed. Some shit like that. So of course everybody ain't taking that, like, you know what I'm saying? People over here dying, bro. Where's the help at? People over here dying, it's old people need their medicine, this and this and that, and y'all talking about martial law? So of course people went even more crazy. So I remember this dude. I'm walking down the sidewalk, right? Going towards like the river walk. Wait, you feel me? This dude was running to the truck, not aggressively, trying to get help for his mother that was laying on the ground. This lady was old, man. This lady had to be, I don't know, I would say 70s. It doesn't matter. It's hot. She ain't no water in her. She need help. She take medicine, diabetes medicine, whatever it may be. This man ran up, screaming for help with his hands up. With his hands up. They shot him in the face. Of course, some people yelled, oh my God, da-da-da. They kept driving, Humvees, whatever, and everybody just was walking like it was just normal. No lie, I did not react to it. I did not react to it. I didn't. Everybody just kept doing what they was already doing, right? So they start blocking off all the interstates. Any way you can get out of the city, they blocked out. They blocked off. You ain't getting out of it. You were boxed in. They was not giving us no food. They was treating us bad. You couldn't move around like that. They start posting up on different areas of the corner, or like the perimeter of what we was. Then the Superdome, their roof had got blown off. So they was already dealing with their own stuff. There was a bunch of people there. Now, do I know if they call martial law for the people in the Superdome? I don't know that. But I know at the convention center they did. So, of course, I go where I was going. You couldn't really do too much at this point. Because they kept lying to us anyway. The bus is coming. Oh, help is coming. Help never came. So going into Friday, they came with the same lies. We still got the military there. They was starving us out. They was letting people die. They was not trying to help people with medical. They didn't send helicopters for them old people and them single parents. They didn't send helicopters to them until way later. They didn't get us. You feel me? So going into Friday, they telling us the same BS. So as I'm walking down, I'm seeing dudes raping this woman, that woman, gang raping this woman, doing all this, doing all that. It was crazy. Like, this was crazy. This was all like in and around the convention center. And it was just chaotic. It was just chaotic. I couldn't process my mind around it. This is a lie. And I'm like, I'm stuck. This is where we're gonna be. And at this point, I was thinking, man, ain't no help coming. Ain't no help coming. There's no way. So, of course, I'm straight in survival mode. At this point, I don't care. I don't care. I know one thing. I'm not going to give up like that, but I don't believe we get out this shit. Why is all this happening? Dudes, I'm talking about, like, seeing the dudes they used to beef with, kill them. Women getting raped. Two of my partners did that. So through that whole Friday, they kept lying to us. They kept lying to us. They just kept doing it. So you seen all the chaos going on. During that Friday, going into that night, right? We didn't eat on much. I mean, really, the whole week we really didn't. Like, whatever we had that we stretched, it was very little because it was 4 of us. So, we didn't have too much. Like, I really don't remember eating like that. Mainly drinking water, because that's what we needed. Only thing the military did was give us MREs and water. Shit, that's it. That was all. Anything else, you ain't get. That's it. So, I remember, like, going to Saturday morning, right? It was early, like it was still like nighttime. So I couldn't tell you what time it was, but it was still like dark. You know what I'm saying? But I know it was in the morning though. I walked 2 blocks and I seen barricades. Right? And I couldn't have been the only one that seen this, but I think I was though. But I seen barricades when I seen buses just lined up. I'm like, why are they on the bus? So I'm excited. I'm like, oh. So I went back and told my mom. Nobody else seemed like they don't know. It's crazy, right? Military's patrolling. I mean, they can't tell you not to walk or whatever like that type shit. And it was like, far as the looting and all that, that shit been over and done with at this point. So it wasn't about that. You feel me? People already did that. It's too late at this point. So pretty much like Saturday morning, you know, like I was saying, you know. So I go back and I tell my people, I say, look, they got buses back. I don't know the plan, but I think that as it get closer to whatever, we you heard me? We could be the first ones on that bus. Nobody seen they ain't know this. They couldn't have known. They couldn't have known this. They couldn't have, because I knew what it was. They was like, oh, street or 2 from the convention center. They had barricades and all that. Nobody didn't know that. They couldn't. And I'm the one that found it. Me and my mom and them were the first ones to get on that bus, though, when it was time. I told them to walk towards this direction. We gonna wait. We gonna wait. Then you start people showing up. A little people at a time. Then you start little people at a time. I told my mama, it's too late at this point. We already here. Right? So finally, after a while, you know, I don't know how long we waited for a while though. It's like, I would say about 200-300 buses just lined up. And I'll never forget, it was a black dude from Florida. Black dude, never forget him. I call him Big Man, you know what I'm saying? He took his volunteer time to come there and do that. You feel me? That's what he told me. He said, I volunteered to do this. He owned his own bus. That's who I met the first time, because he had the first bus. He's the first one that figured all that out. Nobody didn't know that. So I get to talking to him. They gave us direction. That's when they got me, my mom, my stepdad, and my little brother on the bus first. Then that's when they let everybody else on the bus.
Desperation reached its peak. The government teased survivors with helicopters and buses that never came, telling them to clean up. Oh, y'all need to clean up. But they never sent any real help. The military, who was meant to protect, instead took innocent lives. Women were raped. People collapsed from dehydration. Families suffered as hope slipped further away with each hour. Jihad knew these people needed help, but survival mode forced him to focus on staying alive. His story is a painful reminder of how deep the wounds of Katrina run. These were the darkest moments after the storm. Part 3 doesn't get any better. Also, I apologize for the long wait, but stay tuned in for part 3 because this rabbit hole runs deep. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Forensic 8888. I'm out.